Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and man, I pay attention to the modding scene, the emulator scene, because at the end of the day, regardless if you make a video game or not, if there is no way to preserve it, if what you participated as a developer actually is good, but fucking disgusting, ghoulish companies really want just to bury those games, the modding scene, other developers that they go wandering on the internet to save those files, make them work, and enjoy them. That's how I see emulation, the best way of preservation for all saved content there. and those emulators is kind of also funny to me when they go on stupid decisions like these ones. The most notorious one is crippling themselves, just like Chat PS4. Now, so we have this one. Before even showing you Pirate Nation, because you have seen it on the screen. Chat PS4. Share this post, say these fuckers. So let's. Okay, I'm going to open your fucking link. Chat PS4 B version 0.8.0 release. Another exciting release from Chat PS14 coming today. This time our release is dedicated to one of the latest Uber dev Stephen. A lot of new fixes features have come with this release. Let's some below. So core, ISEX let the host OS sit ISEC errors. I hope I didn't mispronounce that one. File system code cleanup, emulate sync kernel internal memory mapping, fixing C kernel allocated direct memory and C kernel available direct memory size, libraries, JVOs, shell recompiler, this one. This one is like the most important one here with the GUI. Add option to enable disable game folders individually. Handle patch as the suffix for the game update folders. Trophy viewer select game. This one. Remove FPKG support. I have two PlayStation 3s. The second one I bought it for very cheap price a long time ago. And that one, I was just hesitating around that time to actually install a homebrew like Henkaku because there was a time that I was still willing to play some online games. Like I was addicted to Battlefield 3 and also played Killzone 2 and 3 from time to time. But well, after they shut down the service, the only thing left for me was Battlefield 3. And they did that fucking stupid update back in 2021. Yeah, 21st. Yeah, I think it's that one. No, no, that's not the year. Could be 23. Yeah, could be that one. Where because they didn't want you to be logged out with your main account and they forced you to create these quote unquote safe passwords and register in their fucking system in their backend that it was just a fucking pain in the ass. And while also with the same update for that PS3, they removed offline transfer data between the PS3 and the PS Vita. I know someone listening to this, I know what I'm talking about. And that moment, that's when I decided to use Henkaku that one, that PlayStation 3, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I remember that one of the key files was the PKG. They were installers. And PKG also is an installer that is commonly used between Linux. Because at the end of the day, the OS from PlayStation, from the tier 1 and the 4 one, and I believe the same for the fifth one, is just a modified version of Linux. So, going back to this topic. So, they did this shit because they they said, "Oh, we don't like piracy. We are against piracy. So we should do our best to also make you avoid piracy." when you are using our emulator. Ah, motherfucker, you do realize that the moment that you made that emulator, still there are going to be piracy there. The piracy is still there. There's still someone use some Blu-ray technology to just rip the files from the main disk, or they just reverse engineer the digital version of said games. It's been like that for a very fucking long time since the internet peaked in the 2000s. So those fucking developers at working at this emulator, they are just making a fool of themselves. Looks like they really want to suck that dick so hard. They are homosexual. They really want to suck dick. So you see this one, and that's why Pirate Nation shared these ones. Meanwhile, there's other emulators. So RPC tricks. This is the most notorious one that actually, hey, lets you install PKG files, CFAS, BP. Next, you interact with what those files that they already prepared to be installed on a modded console with Henkaku or whatever custom firmware they were installed to. Well, yeah, I know it's piracy. At the end of the day, is what it is. But hey, and funny enough, it helped to preservation. So the fact that this emulator is virtual signaling, like just to what? Honestly, you even because you are an emulator, you are not even pleasing Sony. So doing this bootlicking is just fucking stupid. If you were even from Nintendo, you know damn well they will send you Hitman to hunt your ass. So meanwhile, you have others one, Xenia Canary for the original Xbox. I think this one is Xenia, or for the Xbox 360, I don't remember. But yeah, they are two emulators, and the most difficult one to work with was the first Xbox, and allegedly it's just getting on top to the full catalog, even for the Japanese games. I just hope at least that one can actually make you play the Dead or Alive with the nude patch. I really miss that one. Those were the days. So this one, we are depths of emulators. We are not Nintendo or Sony. It's not our job to fight piracy or be righteous. We are not the police. Exactly. That's a mindset because at the end of the day, before even those emulators existed, they already ripped the files and modded those consoles. They they cheated the security systems just to make those consoles at the end of the day be functional for piracy. The PS4, yeah, is already being hacked to run the unlicensed versions of those games. Even it is capable of supporting modding, just like that nude patch. Again, you have to try the nude patch. It's just like the verification mark, the certified seal of approval to start modding your console and trying those custom version of said games. I'm not against that. I encourage that more. So chat PS4 meanwhile it goes like this one with those rambles. I just going to deliver those to you with a silent voice. PKG installation remove it. It helps pirates only. Show me your games copy. Take a pic of your PS4. Show me you have a PS4. Mods banned. It's piracy. The irony in those states, those words, even mods. Like even they just fucking modern third party game that already released on PC. They were Destiny was the console manage capable of actually managing that. Ah man, they really just love doing this to themselves. I don't get what you are winning out of this. Even with the PS5, they try to sell you the games that they refused to actually make backwards compatible since the PS4, but only digital. They want you to make you pay for those games again. I remember someone sharing that the first Blast Blue which released originally on the PS3 and Xbox 360 and PC. Yeah, if you want to play this game again with the nostalgia of the PS3, you have to pay us again. That's fucking Sony for you. So, they seriously, those fuckers doing this to themselves is just not making themselves good favor. Because even they are an emulator working with through GitHub and having other developers jumping in, just like Godot. You know they like Godot, and when they see the owners or the original developers going full retarded, they are going to fork it and they are going to attempt to restore it or even doing some bifurcation and taking the credit away from those ones because, well, yeah, at that point you lose sympathy. For example, user created SHADPS4 Plus, a new SHADPS4 fork that restores PKG support. SHADPS4 devs deleted PKG unpacking because, quote unquote, it helps pirates to use it. Very retarded. Ah, man. And also, there is still GitHub link. I have to wonder if those morons from Chat PS4 are willing to go the Godot route and attack the one that forked it. Let's see. I want to see their reaction because they don't like when someone is prosecuted of their own stupidity and they go attack that one that is actually making the profit. Yo, just like this one, insufferable devs and emulation name a tiger combo. This one says, I read chat and thought this was going to be an entirely different topic. PTSD runs deep. Same pansies doing piracy virtue signaling with their Asahar 3DS emulator. This one. Visibility limit. This post may violate rules against hateful conduct. Emulation has been overrun by a bunch of pathetic tronies who suck corporate cock. They are homosexuals, my friend. They are. It's so funny seeing this emulator that's trying to stop piracy like PlayStation or Nintendo will give them brownie points for it. Exactly. Fucking exactly. Ah, man. So glad I never dated. Oh man. So yeah, that's what they are. Even I saw this one also because yeah, PSS Tux is the same fucking bullshit. Also, they tell you, oh, we want to just fight piracy. This is just for educational purpose, so we are not importing the BIOS. You have to import it yourself. Motherfucker, I really, I even remember this fucking dickless cock Canadian that jumping on the bandwagon of the cultural war and then bitch about everyone else calling out the cultural war and all of what's involved. Yeah, Murahar, he's recently making a fool of himself. And he defended this emulator because said no BIOS. You have to dump that your BIOS from your console yourself. It's the correct way to do it. Go fuck yourself with that. At the end of the day, even someone shared said BIOS, and then these developers just run on themselves, so just making it impossible or extra difficult to use their emulator because they feel like, oh, we need to help fight piracy. Motherfuckers, emulators, they already. Well, no, the first one to actually lose was Sony from all companies. The one that sadly is not losing is Nintendo because of their fucking Nintendo drones. Yeah, look how times change. Oh hey, there is still going to be other emulators that they are going to be replicating from the sacrifices of other ones. At the end of the day is how this way has been for emulation. Just look at this one. No, you can just pirate a PS2 BIOS and games. That's against the rules. You have to show proof that you own those games or go buy them for $200 on my eBay account. Ah, man, I really wanted a copy of the original Fatal Frames and Kwon, but I'm not going to pay one inbred motherfucker $300 for each copy. Or I remember one that really wanted like 40k or 20k dollars for the for three copies of Silent Hill. Well, from the PS2 era. Just fucking mental, man. Seriously. I mean, well, haha, Ratchet goes whoosh. Oh, man. Uh, Seriously, even the emulation will be almost non-existent or not this, uh, how do you call it, prevalent, taking the spotlight. I think it's the second one. The the emulation scene did just it would not take the whole spotlight if it wasn't for those companies that they really want you to not enjoy the older games and making ways to just forget about it and give you slop. So in even the latest example, Nintendo is like kinda heading it that way, and they're still defending them. Well, they're retarded. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share here with you for now. Thanks for watching and please take care.